This is a review of Black Cat from the 6-inch Marvel Legends Spider-Man line. This much demanded action figure is one a case and pretty difficult to find because it has a swap action figure of Spider-Girl, which will replace this one in the line. But before I get to the action figure details and talk about the sculpt, first thing is to show the weapon. It has this whip accessory with a claw end. This is a soft plastic, and you really can't put it into poses that will stick around. It's just pre-set up like that. And it has the Build-A-Figure, the torso area of the Green Goblin, which also has the flame effect you can see here. This will have a future review, but it just comes with the main torso area of the Goblin. On to Black Cat itself, the action figure. When this was first shown as the prototype at the toy fairs, you know, you wonder, will the actual product be that good? Because usually the quality isn't that good. And the final product, considering what we saw at the toy fair, it is that good. I mean, it lived up to the hype. But it's not a perfect figure. It does have a couple of faults, but just overall, it's a really impressive figure. And the first thing to really notice is, look at the face sculpt, and of course the bust line. Look at this. It's a good looking figure. If you bought Marvel Legends for Toy Biz, you'd know a lot of the female face sculpts weren't good at all. Even Hasbro early on, remember the original Emma Frost? Remember like those disasters? But this one, I mean, Hasbro is on a roll in terms of quality. I would say they have more better looking female action figures than Toy Biz ever did. I think that's we could all say that by now. There is something I'm not sure that fans would 100% like. You see that the hair over here, and over here the collar, and right at the tops here, there's a light blue wash to the white. I really don't like when they have a white figure and then they put like a blue wash on it. And this has that blue, light blue wash on most of the white parts of the costume. She does have a neck collar with a piece there. The mask is actually sculpted detail. You think they would be cheap and just paint on the mask, but you can see sculpted features on that mask. So that's pretty cool. And she does have high heels, which some fans have complained about because in this costume, I think some people, it's flat-footed, or maybe it's high heels by different artists, or usually flat feet, and so some people have tried to custom modify that. So that's a couple of complaints, and the high heels, and it makes it very difficult to stand. If you try to stand this figure, it's most likely going to fall over. It's very difficult to get it in a standing position. You probably need a base to support it, or lean it against something. The sculpt is basically a reuse, but it works. But it's a good base body mold, and one Hasbro has been successful with. The whip device, it really is not meant for the left hand to hold, but it fits just right on the right hand. The hands might be tough to see, but it has like a long fingernails type of look to it, or maybe it's a claw-like look to it, but there are fingernail. And the left hand position, it's kind of like, I guess like a cat, how they made it like a human cat-like type of position for the hands. It is a soft plastic, so it makes it easy to grip the weapon. on this hand especially. I guess the one caution I would definitely be concerned about is quality control if you buy this figure. You got to check out the face paint, the mask, the paint apps, if it looks pretty good or not. Because on a figure that this plain with just black costume and just some white parts, it really is about the face sculpt and the detailing on it. And bad paint apps could definitely ruin it. So let's get on to the articulation here. Unfortunately, you're not going to get much head articulation. There's not really a good up and down range because the hair sculpt here just gets in the way. But I do like how it kind of like flows down. That's a pretty nice sculpt, but it's basically just a front face position because you really can't turn it too well. The shoulders, ball jointed. You got the inner out, and you got the upper down. You got one point of articulation at the elbow, but you can't spin it. And there is no articulation here, but in the wrist, you can spin it. But there's no in or out, really. So you can just spin the wrist, but it doesn't have that more advanced articulation going in or out there. Upper body, it's pretty decent range over there. Upper body position, nothing at the waist. Hips have that hasbro type of joint they're using, side to side, up and down. Upper articulation here has a double knee. Nothing along here in terms of articulation. And the articulation here, it's pretty tough, but it's up or down, and you can like spin it around here. So yeah, the articulation side to side, but it's very small feet, and the high heels make it tough to stand up. Overall, this Black Hat action figure, she's definitely a character that's been around in the Marvel Comics Spidey world, is a main supporting character for the book series. This is one of the best female sculpts in the 6-inch line. It really is just one of the better action figure molds and overall presentation that has been made in the Marvel Legends for the females. It is one a case, and it has the swap figure of Spider-Girl. And I think if you know Black Widow, that action figure is like the $100 range. When this figure goes out of print and people are collecting the line in the future, they'll want this figure, and it's probably going to be like a $100 action figure. That's just my prediction on it, and so you probably want to get it now if you can, even if it's like in the $40 range, because it's just going to get higher in value later on. So that's my review on taking the figure, and thanks for watching, and talk to you later. Now that Spidey is single again, and we used to have a relationship, what do you say if we rekindle that relationship?